reviews are coming in for The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. And so far, they're not very good. Now you'll find some that are just these glowing reviews and stuff, and they're just going to go gaga. But here's one from Entertainment Weekly. Amazon's prequel is kind of a catastrophe. Here's one from the Daily Mail. No turkey, however bloated and stupid, could ever be big enough to convey the mesmerizing awfulness of Amazon's billion-dollar Tolkien epic. It cost Amazon $250 million alone just to secure the rights to the prequel. The budget was a massive $1 billion. Here's one from CNN. The Lord of the Rings delivers spectacle but lacks the dramatic power to rule them all. Now, as you can tell, this is CNN, this is Daily Mail, Entertainment Weekly. These are your woke shills. These are the people who are supposed to be on your side because you did a bunch of like, oh, representation matters, and we're giving, we're making all these characters black, and we're changing, this character to oh, she's a kick-ass female now, and all this kind of stuff. And if apparently you didn't have enough money to bribe them for good reviews, because this is not, it's not good here, basically. There are ways to do a prequel, and The Lord of the Rings of Power does them all wrong. Takes 6 or 7 things everyone remembers from the famous movie trilogy, adds a water tank, makes nobody fun, teases mysteries that aren't mysteries, and sends the best character on a pointless detour. The latter is Uber Elf Galadriel, who spends the premiere telling people to worry about Sauron. In her response, people tell her not to worry about Sauron. That's 1 hour down, 7 to go this season. Sounds like $1 billion yet. Here we go. Although the complaint about, aside from Sir Lenny Henry, the only well-known star cast is Peter Mullen. I don't care about that. But he does say that the script is cliche-laden. The acting is dire and the pace is laden. 1 star out of 5. Like, this is a disaster dragon. Plucked, spatchcocked with a tanker load of Paxo stuffed up its fundament. Roasted and served with soggy sprouts. The Lord of the Rings is so staggeringly bad it's hilarious. Everything about it is ill-judged to a spectacular extreme. The cliche-laden script, the dire acting, the leaden pace, the sheer inconsistency and confusion as it lurches between styles. Where do we start? There's Galadriel. We'll start with the budget, about $1 billion. Blah, blah, on. Okay, I'm going to CNN. Excuse me. Having invested hundreds of millions in mounting a series version of The Lord of the Rings, Amazon's gotten its money's worth in production values, but not storytelling. With a handsome prequel that could leave all but the most devoted hobbits feeling more bored than Lord. The Rings of Power should be a source of considerable curiosity, but amid an onslaught of big-budget streaming fare, this seems undeserving to rule them all. Then he goes on to say, some of the shortcomings echo those of HBO's lavish Game of Thrones prequel, which burns brighter by comparison. Based on the initial episodes, they didn't watch them all, of course. The gap between the characters audiences got to know in Peter Jackson's trilogy and their ancestral counterparts feels even more pronounced. The series format, episodes will drop weekly after a 2-part premiere, also tends to invite some bad habits versus even Jackson's notoriously long movies, with plotting interludes in the second episode that unfolds on multiple fronts without feeling as if a whole lot is happening, relatively speaking. And it'll go on, and like I said, I'll link this in the description box if you guys want to happen to read these yourself. Like I said, I'm sure that there'll be plenty of critics coming out just praising it, but this is the Daily Mail. This is CNN. This is Entertainment Weekly, and they're giving your show they got this much bad stuff to say. I guess maybe you spent too much time worrying about how we can be inclusive and woke, and less time about making an actual decent damn series. And isn't that funny how it works? All that money spent, you couldn't hire fucking qualified people to actually make this stupid shit. But anyway, I'll go ahead and wrap this up here. You can read this if you want. I've read the reviews, and as you can see, they're very long. Very, pretty detailed and stuff for the most part. Yeah, it's not looking good. You can read them if you want. I would recommend it to a point. If you're interested at all in the series, I would say check these out. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.